Hello everyone and welcome to Paper Peony. I am Kimberly Jones and I'm an independent demonstrator for Stampin' Up. I have been using the Crafting With You bundle quite a bit. It's a brand new bundle that is in the new catalog that became active May 4th. It is a very cute bundle. And here is the die set and here is the stamp set. And as you'll see, there's a lot of dies that are not inclusive in the stamp set, so there's extras. There's an extra basket, there's a pair of scissors, a ruler, spools with thread, some buttons, and this paper trimmer that is absolutely adorable. So I encourage, if you're going to purchase the Crafting With You bundle or the stamp set, to also get the dies and save 10%. Anytime a bundle is brand new to Stampin' Up, it's 10% savings until that is continued, or until for a year, and then they move on. If they put it in the book for the following year, it's not going to be 10% savings. You'll have to purchase them separately. So just to kind of throw that out there. Okay, I have used this bundle quite a bit. I have actually got some other videos out there. This is my last tutorial for this stamp set as of right now. So I've got everything pre-cut for time saving. What I did is I cut this paper trimmer out, this little trimmer right here, with Tahitian Tide. And if you'll see on this die, this little shape right here, which happens to be your guide on your paper trimmer, I went ahead and trimmed it out. Okay, as you can see, that's what that little blade looks like. So I trimmed it down for the back part of the L. Okay, and then the ruler that's right here, I ran it through my die cut machine 3 times. So I have 3 rulers that's in crushed curry cardstock. And then the scissors I cut twice. I cut them with the metallic silver and then the sweet sorbet, which you will see right here, okay? And then, let's see what else. And then the embroidery hoop. I did Starry Night, so it has the dark outline, okay? And then the center is white for the stamping. And then I also went an extra step and die cut this little bitty section right here out in silver to give me the little screw there to be more realistic. So there you have it. There is the steps to doing the LOVE. And then now we're just going to piece it together. Okay, so let me move everything out of my way. Okay, so here is the L that I've already pieced together. Okay, we're working on this right here. This is the O, which we'll stamp here in a second. Okay, I've already got my little screw attachment already ready to glue down. So let's go ahead and do that. Try not to get glue everywhere. Okay, and that way it can air dry while we're stamping stuff. Okay, the scissors, I already went ahead and cut the sweet sorbet handles off of the red scissor pair. And what you're gonna do with this one, as you can see, I did the one with the little knot, or the little knob on the top as the top, because we're gonna put a little silver jewel on top of that, okay? So what you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna wanna come in and position your scissors to where it's a wide enough V that looks like a letter, like a number or a letter V, but it's also on the blade, so it's looking like it's screwed on, if that makes sense. So, because you don't want your V like that, because obviously it doesn't look right. So just wide enough where, like that right there, wide enough like that right there, where it looks realistic. Okay, what you're going to do is you're going to take your glue and just glue a little bit, a dab right here where the blades connect. Okay, like so. Okay, I just leave that sitting there like that for just a couple seconds or minutes or whatever. Let it air dry. Okay, and then the E is really simple. You're just going to take your ruler pieces and cut them to the size that you're wanting. So we are going to cut this And I'm just using it as a guide more than anything. Okay, there's my E, or my back side of my E. Okay, so we have our letters already ready to go, okay? Now the only thing is we have to stamp our flowers. So what I did is I mounted the bouquet of flowers here on my block. We're going to use markers to color the flowers in different colors. Okay, I did sweet sorbet on the main flowers, on the big flowers. And I'm using my Stampin' Right markers. These are really good for this technique. You can color on rubber or photopolymer and do different multicolors on your stamps using these Stampin' Right markers. And you can also, there's a journal side also, so you can use it to like write with. So there's a fine tip and a broad tip, and you can see by the lines on the ends of the markers which tip you're about to open. Okay, so there's that. Then I'm going to use the Tahitian Tide for the side flowers. And then I use Garden Green for the big leaves. And then I spritzed it with a little bit of water to give it a little bit more of a bolder look. Okay, and then I came in here and just stamped this on my piece of white. Okay, and every time you stamp it, it's going to be different. See, that one's not as... See how that one's a little dark right there on one of them? And this one's not. So, and then that's fine. So, okay, so we have that done. Okay. And now we're just ready to piece this card together. So, what we're going to do is, this is a basic white piece of cardstock, 8.5 by 11, cut at 5.5, scored at 4 1/4, okay? And then this is some designer paper that I had. It's just a 1-inch strip by 5.5 long. And you're just going to put that as a border on the bottom. Now this designer series paper that I'm putting at the bottom is discontinued. It was a hostess set in the last catalog. However, whatever print that you use on the bottom, just color coordinate your cardstocks to it. Okay, so there's that. So now you're ready to start piecing your letters together. And what I did is I put the O down first. And so what I did is I glued this little hoop as best I could around the O, or around the sewing look, the flowers. You might want to just do it off to the side a little bit just to make sure you get it where you want it. And the other thing that you can do is you can just use a little piece of tape on the very back side of this. Let me get my tape and I'll show you. This is our tape adhesive. And if you want, you can just tear off a little bitty piece. Put this on the back side. And just tape your image down in little sections. Hold on. That way, because this hoop, it cuts exactly the same size. There's no overlap on it. So you have to kind of come in and tape it a little bit just so it will stay put where you want it. And this is tear tape, so as soon as you get your sections taped down just a little bit at a time, you can very easily just tear it and keep going with it. Okay, so there you have it. So you just put a little tape on the back side to get it to stay down. Okay, then you're going to put pop dots on the back of this to get it to stand up. You spend all this time on it, so you definitely want the attention to go to the letters on this card. And you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and put the O down, but we wanna stamp our crafting word before we put the V and the E down. Okay, so I'm just gonna visualize this O to be about right here on the card, a little bit higher up. Okay, so we're gonna put that right there. Okay, and then we're gonna come in, and one of the sayings on this stamp set is, life is better when you're crafting. Okay, but I'm not gonna use the whole entire stamp. I don't want all those words on my card. So this is another advantage to having the markers, the Stampin' Up markers. I'm gonna use Starry Night, the brush side, and I'm gonna come in and I'm just gonna color the crafting word. So I'm just gonna come in and just run my marker over that word. Okay, like so. Okay, and then you're gonna come in and just kind of visualize where you want the word crafting to go. Okay. Now, if it stamps kind of like a little bit of openness right there, see where the N and the G are not just crisp, you can take your marker and just kind of go over with your marker, and no one will ever know the difference. Okay, so there's that. You got your O down. Now let's do the L. Okay, so with these letters being linear like they are, we have what's called foam adhesive strips. These are perfect for shaker boxes, but what I have found them to be more helpful on is things like this. So like I can come in, cut it even thinner than this. Let me use a better pair of scissors for this. Okay, go in and cut it just a little bit thinner than what usually it is. Okay. Come in, adhere this to the back side of this. Like so. Okay, and then just put this down like that. Okay. And then the ruler, same situation. Just run it along the back side. And sometimes you can go in and cut the length. If you get the length of the adhesive strip a little too long, you can just go in with scissors and trim it off. Okay. This is double-sided foam adhesive, so you get it on like you want it, and then you just come in and peel off the back side. Okay. Okay. There's your L. Okay. Then your V. And I did this just on the blades. So, like on the blade, I just put a little bit on the blade. And I'll show you before I put it down where I put the adhesive on this one. See, just on the blade. Okay. So then you're going to take the double-sided part off. And put it down. Okay. Now moving this over a little bit because I don't want my scissors to interfere with the word. I should have come down a little bit more on my word, but it'll be okay. Okay, so then we're going to do the L again, or the E. Okay, and we're going to come up a little bit higher on that E. Okay. Cutting another strip for the E. Okay, so and a trick to know is because you have this big long part of the E already like with full adhesive, you don't want to put the adhesive on the side that's going to touch the yellow line already that's already pop dotted, because it'll raise it up even higher and you don't want that. So you just want the back side or the bottom part of that, the far right of your legs to your letter with adhesive, not the left side. So there's that, and that might come up just a little higher. You might have you'll have to play with your little your letters to make sure they look just like you want them. Okay, and then last but not least, the last leg of your E. And I came in under the scissors on this bottom leg. Okay, and there you have your LOVE, and then their crafting word done. Okay, now the only thing left is just to embellish your scissors and your flowers. And what I did is I used the festive pearls that carried over from the Christmas catalog. And these come in the red, the green, silver, and gold. And so we're going to pick up one for the silver, or pick one silver up for the scissors. And they're self-adhesive. So all you got to do is just pick them up and put them on. Okay, and then I use gold for the flowers, just as an extra touch of color. Okay, and these are all the same size. Okay, and there you have it. And that's how I put this card together. Once you get all your die cuts done, it's actually really simple and it comes together really quickly. So someone who's a crafter would definitely love receiving this card. So I hope you like this tutorial. If you liked it, please like it here and subscribe to my page. That way you know when I have upcoming new tutorials out there. And as of right now, this is all that I have for you right now. Have a great day, and I will see you in the next tutorial. Thank you. Bye-bye.